Manchester United 1, West Ham nil. Brilliant result. As I said before in the match preview, I would be delighted with the 3 points, and that's exactly what we've got tonight. Not a fantastic game, not a whole deal of chances, to be honest. I thought from the get-go, Antonio looked up for it. I thought he was bullying Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Strong on the ball, as you'd expect, but just, as I said, bullying Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I thought he had a poor game, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But look, we've come away with a win against a form team with everyone available for them, and we've got so many injuries, and we're playing Thursday nights as well as Sundays. Games are coming thick and fast, and we've got a lot of our squad out. Key players are out, and we're down to the bare bones, and we get a result against a form team that I think a lot of us were worried about, even if people weren't admitting it. And they didn't really create a lot of chances, West Ham. Dean Henderson, I don't remember anything he had to do. So, crucial performance, a crucial win, but the way we won was pleasing tonight. Even though it was an own goal that was the winner, I thought we looked pretty solid at the back. I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the weakest of the bunch, but even him didn't really get troubled too much after a little bit of the game. So, look, very pleased with tonight. But as I said, Antonio was bullying Aaron Wan-Bissaka just with one arm at one point, just muscling him off, and then other times barging him. And I thought, it's going to be, we're in for a long game here. Henderson had to deal with an aerial ball, and he injured Bowen. He had to get up in the air, and that was from a Cresswell cross. That was pretty much all I remember Henderson having to do in the game. Greenwood put a cross into the box, onto Rashford's head, and he couldn't hit a barn door. Like, he really couldn't. He has to score that. Like, or at least be on target. At the very, very, very bare minimum, it has to be on target. And he gets it horribly wrong. Couldn't hit a barn door. So that was very disappointing. And I wasn't the only one saying he's got to score that. Greenwood then put a cross along the floor, which Fabianski spilled a little bit, but then managed to recover before anyone could get close to him. So Greenwood was looking lively in parts and put some good crosses into the box, and he was just looking lively around the box. A yellow for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which come from Antonio again, just causing him problems. Fred put a quick ball through to Bruno, who then put a ball through to Greenwood. He cut in on the right hand side a little bit onto his left foot, got the shot away, and Fabianski made a great save. Tipped it onto the outside of the post and went out for a corner. Bruno put a ball over the top to Rashford for another header. And it was just very weak. It was on target. Fabianski dealt with it very easily, though, because it was just such a weak header from Rashford. Great ball from Bruno, though. Greenwood put a cross through on the floor. Kufal sticks his leg out, narrowly goes past the post, out for a corner. And he had to do that because at the back post, Rashford was running in unmarked, and Kufal put it out, so Rashford would have had a tap-in. Vital deflection out for a corner. But from that corner, we got the goal. Bruno took the corner, whipped it in, curled it in. There's a lot of pressure on the defenders. I think it was Scott and I believe it was Maguire who was round Dawson, the centre-back for West Ham. And it just hits him in the, like a header, hits him in the head, goes into the goal, own goal. But it was the pressure that created that from Scott and Harry Maguire. So 1-0, own goal. Bruno then had a shot on the edge of the box, laid off by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Good power on it, good direction, maybe a little central, but Fabianski got down low and pushed it wide, just past his post. But a good powerful shot from Bruno, and then Greenwood on the counter hit the post with a shot. Maybe could have played in Rashford that was coming on the overlap, but I think the way Rashford was playing, I don't think he would have done any better, to be honest. So Greenwood hit the post, maybe he could have scored and maybe should have scored. But look, the result was in the bag, and as I said, that's probably the most one-sided game in terms of chances I've seen, especially against a form team that we've put in. Especially on my match notes, I've only got that bit where Henderson had to go up for that aerial challenge where he injured Bowen. That's it. So solid at the back for the most part, other than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I felt. So let's get into the match ratings. Henderson, I'd give a 5.2 of an average. As I said, didn't have nothing to do. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I would give a 3. I thought Antonio caused him problems throughout the game, and when there was trouble that they would cause us, it was down that right back side for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So I'd give him a 3. Lindelof, I'd give an average to of a 5. I thought he looked a little bit shaky at times, but he was good with his passing position. Most of the time it was solid and didn't really have a lot of trouble, I didn't feel. A couple of times he got turned by Antonio, but there was other people there to cover and stuff, so I felt he had an average game at least. So Maguire I actually thought was a bit above average tonight, put in a few decent blocks and vital blocks at times from shots and little passes trying to get played in. As I said, that I don't always see him make, and he won his aerial duels, or for the most part of them anyway. And he had a part to play in that own goal, I felt, as well. So, and I actually even saw him losing his shit a little bit with Fred at one point, and I don't ever really see that from Harry. So it was pleasing tonight. I thought he was above average, and I'll give credit where it's due. Above average with a 6 for Maguire. Sure, I'd give a 6 to as well. Just thought he was his usual solid self. Didn't get forward as much as I'd like him to tonight, but I thought just overall, like, he's very reliable on the ball. Doesn't really make too many mistakes, and I thought it was another one of them performances tonight from him. So 6 for Luke Shaw. Fred and McTominay in the two defensive midfield. I don't think they were fantastic. They did make their mistakes, but I thought Fred was a little bit better than in spells than he has been, and McTominay. But I don't think there was anything to pick from either of them, to be honest. Still lacking a lot of creation, but did a solid job enough tonight against the likes of Rice and Noble. So I think, despite a lack of creation, defensively I thought they were good. So, but I'd give them both an average of 5. I'd just like them to be a bit more. They need to affect the game more on the ball. Defensively they were good, as I said, but they need to affect the game and the tempo more in their positions than I'm seeing. So that's why they're an average of a 5. Dan James I'd give a 3 to. Got in some good positions tonight on the counter and in terms of crossing the ball in, but then that final ball's not getting to the players. So for me, he was pretty quiet, but on the few occasions he did have the chance to cross, and that it was a poor final ball. So Dan James gets a 3 for me. Bruno I'd give a 7 to. I thought didn't have really a lot of chances tonight, but he was telling people what to do, where to be positionally when he's on the ball. Work rate was there as always, and had 1 or 2 shots. So I think he had a pretty good game. I thought he was the standout player, only by a bit, not by a whole margin, but I felt he did enough tonight to earn that. Maybe a little bit unlucky not to get a goal, but a good performance from Bruno. But didn't get on the score sheet, obviously. Rashford, I would give an average to. I felt he was a bit ineffective again. Just goes missing at times out on that wing. He was interchanging with Greenwood a little bit from up top to the left. But he has to score that header as well. He had 2 headers and one of them has to go in. And it's not even close. And it doesn't even go on target. As I said, he puts it wide. Has to be scoring it. Has to. And then the other one's too weak. So has to be doing better in them situations. I felt he was a bit better on his decisions tonight, of his passing, and he wasn't running into people as much. But the chances he had, he should have put one of them away at least. So he gets an average of a 5. Greenwood, I would give just above with a 6. I thought he looked lively around the box, put 2 or 3 good, decent crosses into the box. And I just thought he looked lively. Out of him and Bruno in attacking third, I thought them two were the most likely to unlock it. So I thought Greenwood was good tonight. I'll give him a 6. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I would give a 7 to tonight. Look, as I said, playing Europa League games, Thursday night games, quick turnaround in the next game, Sunday night tonight with another game. So there's a lot of pressure at the moment, and especially with all the injuries of the players that are out, I think this is a huge win tonight. Probably secured top 4 now. And it's against a form team, which makes it even more pleasing, and considering they didn't really have any chances tonight also. So, look, people might say West Ham approached it more negatively than they have been, but that's on them. But we also have to take credit for that because we stopped them. So I think Ollie did well tonight. I'd give him a 7. Didn't make any substitutions tonight either, which was a strange one. But tactically he got his spot on because we got the 3 points. So, look, I'd still like more creation, a lot more creation in the midfield especially. And we need to be more clinical up front at times. But defensively tonight I thought it was really good, and there wasn't anything really we had to deal with. So very pleasing tonight. It's a huge win. I didn't really expect to win tonight, mainly because of the injuries. and the form that West Ham have been in. But fantastic result, and I'm loving it. 3 points against a very good team right now. So man of the match I would give to Bruno. If it wasn't Bruno, I would give it to Maguire probably. For as I said, he made some vital blocks tonight and just stood out a bit more for me tonight than he has been. Not the most exciting game, not a ton of chances, but look, I don't care. We've won, we've got the 3 points, and it's on to the next one. So delighted with the result. I'll be back for the next game, guys. I'll speak to you then.